And across the ring stands his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Wearing blue, trimmed in gold, he weighed in 142 3/4 pounds. In 24 professional bouts, his record stands at 23 victories. Just one defeat, 19 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former WBC lightweight champion of the world. He is the fighting pride of the high desert from Victorville, California. Presenting KingRy, Ryan Garcia.
Mario, el Azteca Barrios.
We went over the rules in the dressing room. Again, I want to caution you to keep this fight clean at all times, protect yourself at all times, and what I say, you must obey. Good luck.
Barrios attacking the body.
Police and came back to win the match.
Barrios looking to establish the Jets.
And not trying to give too much, leaving the pressure up to...
Final 30 seconds of the third round in a lightweight title unification.
Oh my!
Man still has a lot of fight.
Told that this corner's been threatening to turn down here in round 4. Was cut for the in the first frame. Barrios establishing one stick and nice 1-2.
Either start fighting more or...
Barrios at 21-0, 13 knock. Barrios describing his style as a buck.
So I think Barrios could snap out jabs at a certain distance.
Because that's what speed does. It makes you...
For Barrios, that's a 31% connect clip.
In there.
The bell sounds and the atmosphere instantly turns intense for anyone expecting a slow opening, because Ryan charges forward like he refuses to ease into anything.
The body in the first frame. Barrios establishing
In there.
Final 30 seconds of the third round in a lightweight title unification. Barrios looking to establish the jet. Stick and nice 1-2.
Either start fighting more or...
Down here in round 4, Barrios at 21-0, 13 knock. Barrios describing his style as a buck.
So I think Barrios could snap out jabs at a certain distance.
He lets his hands go with rapid combinations that seem ready before the moment even starts. Everything is sharp, quick, and restless, like he doesn't want to wait a second longer than...
Barrios attacking the body in the first frame. Barrios establishing
In there.
Final 30 seconds of the third round in a lightweight title unification. Barrios looking to establish the jet. Stick and nice 1-2.
Either start fighting more or...
Down here in round 4, Barrios at 21-0, 13 knock. Barrios describing his style as a buck.
So I think Barrios could snap out jabs at a certain distance.
This is where it gets compelling. Barrios refuses to get pulled into the frenzy. Guard high, feet steady, constant pressure like someone calmly walking through a storm. The early rounds show a clear contrast. Ryan explodes with flashy bursts that spark reactions from the crowd. Barrios quietly works the body and controls positioning like he's thinking about the long game instead of quick highlights.
Of the third round in a lightweight title unification. Barrios looking to establish the jet. Stick and nice 1-2.
Either start fighting more or...
Down here in round 4, Barrios at 21-0, 13 knock. Barrios describing his style.
Soon the tempo starts shifting. One exchange is electric, the next is rough and physical. Ryan tries to manage distance with speed, while Barrios slowly reshapes the space inside the ring step by step.
As a buck.
So I think Barrios could snap out jabs at a certain distance.
Because that's what speed does. It makes you...
For Barrios, that's a 31% connect clip.
Oh my!
Clear openings start closing down. The middle rounds feel like momentum keeps changing sides. No one keeps control for long. A sharp flurry here. A tough answer there. Patience and urgency pulling against each other in real time.
Either start fighting more or...
Down here in round 4, Barrios at 21-0, 13 knock. Barrios describing his style as a buck.
So I think Barrios could snap out jabs at a certain distance.
Because that's what speed does. It makes you...
For Barrios.
As the later rounds unfold, the fight moves from entertainment to survival and discipline. Timing, conditioning, and small adjustments begin to matter more than dramatic moments. It's not a clean storyline or a one-sided show, just a tense and unpredictable battle where skill and stubborn toughness keep clashing like two different styles refusing to blend. That shifting energy makes the final press conference feel less like promotion and more like a preview of the chaos we witnessed. When the speakers describe both men as hungry and promise fireworks, it feels real, not scripted. It sounds like the true foundation of what the fight became.
These fights, how has this camp been with your dad? Has it felt like kind of old times with him back in charge?
Yeah, it does feel like old times, you know. There's been a couple moments where it just feels like, man, is it like swinging back to like 2020 throwback, you know what I mean? Mark Castro came by the gym, everybody's coming by the gym. It just felt like, you know, a little bit of a throwback.
Then Oscar speaks with total confidence after noticing the intensity in Ryan's eyes. That statement feels stronger knowing how emotional and explosive Ryan looked at times. That fire showed up clearly in those sudden bursts where his speed controlled everything. At the same time, Oscar respects Barrios for standing firm, which explains why the fight never turned into complete chaos. The champion mindset he mentioned showed itself through calm focus under pressure, not showmanship.
100%. I really feel Ryan, when I saw him in last press conference in LA, I saw something in his eyes that only fighters see, right? I've been in this game forever, so I can see that fire, that spark. I can see the fact that he went back to his father and their training, going back old school and getting ready for a world title shot. This is a fight that he's been waiting for all his life.
Lupe highlights a 20-year journey and predicts a new face of boxing, which feels bold and dramatic. It seems like ambition powered one corner, while measured discipline powered the other. When KingRy Garcia questions which version of Ryan will appear and references the Campbell, Fortuna, and Haney fights, it suggests a mixed identity. Inside the ring, we saw flashes of different versions instead of one steady personality.
Different. What's changed in this training camp that you think is going to bring out that version of Ryan Garcia?
Very good question. When you have mind, body, and soul, and you got in your heart, you got a winning fighter right here. I'm so proud of my son.
Joe Goosen describes Barrios as a model fighter in the gym and talks about sharpening defense and adding more aggression. It may not sound flashy, but it's dangerous, like upgrading a system quietly instead of changing the image. The coldest moment comes when Barrios says he wants to make Ryan uncomfortable, and Ryan quickly responds, "No, I don't." That's not simple trash talk. That's mindset versus strategy. One fighter dismisses discomfort, the other plans around it. That brief exchange might explain the tension of the fight better than any highlight ever could.
You said in interviews that you want to test him. You want to make him ask questions in the ring. What does that look like?
Just making him uncomfortable, just trying to exploit his weaknesses, and just every round, just making him uncomfortable.
The calm, serious energy at the face-off feels deeper once KingRy Garcia speaks, because now it's not about promotion. It's a father and coach speaking from experience and belief. When KingRy says this moment feels like a cycle after training Ryan since childhood, the emotional meaning is clear. For him, this is more than a title shot. It's personal history inside the ring. He even admits stepping aside before to protect their relationship, which is rare in boxing where pride usually causes splits. But things heat up when he openly says he doesn't view Barrios as a threat. That's a bold stance considering Barrios enters as champion with experience and toughness. At the same time, KingRy dismissing the casual training clips as trolling while saying the real work was private feels like smart strategy, shaping public opinion while preparing seriously behind closed doors.
Let us know about how serious was Ryan in the camp.
I can elaborate on that. See, Ryan likes to troll. As we already know. He likes to do that. But in our reality, privately we go to the gym afterwards, and we take care of business. And I've always said this to my boys, business before pleasure, and we take care of business. He does the streaming, he does the trolling, at the living room, and people say, "Oh man, you're not serious. Look at the father just standing there." No. Hey, I've been doing this since he was 7 years old. I am not a new coach.
When the discussion shifts to Ryan's suspension and mental struggles, the story changes completely. It becomes about rebuilding identity, not just winning fights. KingRy recalling Ryan saying mid-fight that he wasn't ready reveals a real mental scar. But he quickly changes the tone, claiming mind, body, and spirit are now aligned, fully prepared and mentally strong. His comments about trainer changes not giving any advantage sound calm but carry a quiet challenge. One side says nothing new will surprise them, The other focuses on creating discomfort. A father's belief stands against a champion's composure. And when a father speaks with that level of certainty, it feels sincere rather than promotional.
He said, "Dad, I told you I wasn't ready." I mean, that just broke my heart because I knew, and I was like, wow, man. I said, well, you know what? We're here. It wasn't right, but you know what? Like I said, God changed him. You know, his whole perspective. He's very active now. You've seen his body, how he is. I mean, he's just tip-top shape, thanks to his strength and conditioning coach, Donnie. And his just mental state of mind, his mind, body, and soul is 100%. You're going to see the Ryan that fought Oscar Duarte, if not better. Mark my word.
That strong fatherly conviction meets a different tone when Wade begins analyzing the matchup, because now emotion gives way to calculation. The quiet press conference, he suggests, wasn't dull. It was tension and focus. He points out Barrios' height advantage, and that size matters across 12 rounds. What stands out most is Wade saying Ryan dedicated himself fully to camp, no distractions. That supports the idea of alignment Henry mentioned, but with a cautious edge. Then Wade raises a serious question: what if Ryan doesn't succeed early?
Look at this matchup. Mario Barrios is a great fundamental boxer. He's not maybe the most skilled boxer, and he doesn't maybe have the best defensive decision-making as a world champion. He gets hit with a lot of punches, and he will bite down on the mouthpiece and go at you, but he has good fundamental punching, right? He has good hand placement. He does things correctly, and he's a world champion for a reason. He knows how to win fights. Now, if Ryan isn't able to, and you go back to the Rolly fight, and you're gonna say, okay, what Ryan really showed up in the Rolly fight? Do we know he's going to be that same guy? Or are we going to see the killer that Ryan was before that? Rolly shut down the lead hand of Ryan Garcia. And when he did that, Ryan didn't have much else to go.
That question hits hard because fighters who depend on momentum struggle when faced with resistance. Wade keeps mentioning Ryan's reliance on the left hook, which is both a weapon and a weakness. He also hints that the right hand could be the key difference, especially against a durable and methodical champion like Barrios who keeps advancing. There's also subtle doubt in his tone compared to the louder confidence from Ryan's side. When Wade describes it as speed versus fundamentals, it frames the fight once again as unpredictability against structure. Even predicting a stoppage, he warns about late rounds and durability. Everyone recognizes the explosive talent, but not everyone fully trusts its consistency.
Ryan pick right now after, seeing him transform and lock into camp and seeing Barrios be very vulnerable to being hit. And this is why I'm also picking him as well. But I just think Barrios is too slow. I think his reaction time to things, I think he's a bit too methodical. And we'll see how his punch resistance holds up. If he can hold up at 47 and Ryan's power doesn't carry to 47, then we may have a different discussion here. I'm gonna go Ryan by, let's say, 7th round knockout. I'm gonna say Ryan in the 7th round knocks out Mario Barrios.
Looking at everything together, the fight becomes more than just style versus style. It turns into a psychological story unfolding in real time. In the ring, urgency collided with patience. At the press conference, emotional belief met quiet confidence. Behind the scenes, a father spoke of redemption while analysts spoke of risk. Multiple layers existed at once. Ryan's camp pushed discipline and renewal, while Barrios carried steady championship presence. Wade's breakdown reinforces the tension, explosive bursts against durable consistency. That's why the fight never feels easy to predict. Each round showed brilliance interrupted by resilience. Every bold statement met steady resistance. One fighter thrives on—
To be honest, yes, Ryan winning is better for boxing. It's not even a discussion to be had. If Ryan wins, boxing gets a face with a belt. If Mario wins, you're gonna have other options for him, and maybe he gets the boost off Ryan Garcia, but personality-wise, it's not even close who the fans cheer for, who they root for. That's not how boxing works. It doesn't matter how pretty you are, how many social media followers you got. I'm just saying, for the sport itself and the fandom, Ryan versus Shakur Stevenson, Ryan versus Conor Benn, Ryan versus Devin Haney in the rematch, those are a lot more intriguing fights to me. But doesn't mean that that's what's gonna happen, and Mario Barrios is looking to absolutely shock everyone, and I'm telling you, he absolutely can do it.
Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's break it down together. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the King Boxing. Catch you in the next one.